Hello, I'm Dr. Morgan, CEO of Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and this is another wonderful edition of the District Dish. I'm here at John Adams College and Career Academy, and so excited to meet with three of our amazing scholars, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves.
My name is Ariane, the senior class president at JCCA.
And valedictorian.
Oh, and valedictorian.
That's right.
My name is Justin, class of 2027.
My name is Bali, and I am in 11th grade.
And we're so excited to bring this to you today and have a discussion today.
Our community we have a lot, a diverse community, a lot of different people, different backgrounds, different genders.
Yep.
What is your goal and mission to make this district safe and welcoming? How do you want to impact them and make sure they, feel welcomed and loved here?
Yeah, that's, it goes back to what, I was talking with you earlier, Briley, that I think it's really important, one, to make sure that that every person feels seen and heard. So a big part of that is making sure that there's a connection. You even mentioned that word, connection. Each of our students, our community members, feel connected in some way to the schools, and that there's a program for them. And so I think that there's more I can continue to do to learn about all the different needs and the interests of our students within our systems and making sure there's a connection point. But then we continue to work with our city. I work really closely with Mayor Bibb on making sure the neighborhoods are really safe. Even just here, I know there was a challenging situation last school year. And we've been working really hard to make sure that there's safe passage, how the bus routes are all helping to prevent those types of situations. And it's challenging, when dealing with those, but it's the community support all in to really fix the problem.
One thing I can say is, it's sadly, but kids are getting more and more disrespectful by the day, especially kids coming from elementary into high school. Ever since COVID happened, we don't know how, but all of a sudden, everybody just developing this disrespectful mindset. So it's causing teachers to not want to be here anymore because it does get mentally draining.
Yeah.
I do believe that everything starts at home, though. Parents can step in, but they choose not to because most parents feel like, oh, their kid is always right. So how would you help build the teacher-student bond in a better aspect? Because I know as a student who's always willing to communicate with the teachers, it does help the education process go smoother. So how would you make parents more involved from to understand that their kids have to have some level of respect?
Yeah, we have parent ambassadors at each of our schools, and I get a chance to meet with them on a regular basis. We want to do an event with our parents and the community to really get our parents involved in the schooling process. And this idea came from one of our parents. Our parents were like, when you think about the issues in schools, a lot of our parents, we're in the community. We know the kids, we know their parents, so we could do things differently that teachers can't do because we just know it a little differently because we're in the community. And so there was this idea really of doing a community engagement event where we have parents, we have community members going out into the community and, going door to door and just figuring out how collectively we can make the schooling process better. So it's ideas like that we are trying to think about. I know I'm working with my team to think about areas where I can get more out into the community and hear from our parents and also get those solutions from the parents of how we can make the system better. From your perspective, what can we be doing to better support students, even from you, or all students they may be struggling? What can we be doing better?
More, I know budget is a big thing for this district, but I would prefer to have more smaller student-based teachers who have a class who work with the students who need it instead of
smaller classes.
Instead of one teacher walking around in an entire room trying to help everyone. That's not happening.
So you like individualized learning and your own pathways. That's
not
good.
Everybody learns the same.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's a really smart takeaway. Not everyone learns the same. I love that. Just any takeaways, things you would do different?
As far as what I wish the school could have differently as I leave, or?
That would be helpful. Yes, you're leaving CMSD. Advice for us to think about things that could be done differently.
I feel that this specific school should have more access to college classes, and that AP classes should be offered at a lower grade. Because I wasn't able to get that to my 11th grade year, but then I was told I couldn't get it to my 12th grade year. So
wow. Yeah.
I just feel that we need more of those. I feel that our most important electives was cut off, and we should bring back electives that are good to help us. Like as a college readiness school, I feel like we should be prepared the proper way just because we're in a low poverty area does not mean we deserve a low poverty education.
That's right. Wisdom. Yeah.
Next year, I just probably say sometimes it can be boring, like just sitting in the classroom 24/7. And I just want this school and other schools to like improve like their curriculum and learning strategies, have more creative learning lesson plans, something creative, because I know it is like a few certain teachers that will have fun activities for us to do. Like they will place like notes around the classroom, and we would have to get up and go find those notes and take notes. But I just say, have more funner lesson plans,
Yeah, to keep students engaged.
Yep.
We have been talking a lot about school, but at the end of the day, you are also a human being, not a higher power, whatever you want to be God.
I love that, yeah.
So, Coke or Pepsi, which one do you prefer?
I would have to say Coke. I like Coke Zero. So yeah, I do. I love Coke Zero. So yeah.
That's lame.
How does it taste? Like,
I like it. I don't like a lot of sweet. So Coke feels stronger. And
It is stronger.
Pepsi is more syrupy and sweet. So
I don't know about that.
what's your favorite sport team? And there's only one correct answer.
Oh,
One correct answer.
Oh man. Okay, basketball or football?
We could do both. So
Okay.
Football first.
Should I say what you want me to say, or
You
should
could say what I want. What I want.
Okay.
And then you could say what
Then
you
I
want.
can say-
after.
and I would say this is parts of it. So of course, being here in Cleveland, basketball, I love the Cavs.
Wow,
I
no,
love,
trash.
Yeah. And I love the
sorry.
Browns.
Wow, so original.
Yes, and I do love our Browns, but I will say I'm from Chicago, so
What?
I grew
I can
up.
see that.
I grew up a Jordan fan. Like that was in my era. So Chicago will always be near and dear to my heart. Same thing with the Bears. But I have some adopted teams. The Warriors is one of my adopted teams for basketball, and the Chiefs are one of my adopted teams for football. So I know that we're at time, so I don't know if there's one last question that you guys have before we wrap.
I just have one.
No, I'm sorry.
I just have one more. So we know Glenville just won state championship.
back to back, yeah.
Glenville. So why is it that when you come into high school, you could do sports like football? Then why is it like why can't middle schools have football teams?
Great question. We do, as we're looking at our school system, we have to really figure out the middle grades. And as I've been out, I did a listen and learn tour when I first came in. I heard from parents that some parents were like, bring back middle school so we can have more of those experiences and have band and all the different experiences in middle school. So kids aren't getting exposed to that for the first time in high school. And whether we do that with middle schools alone or we do it within the K-8s, we do need to bring some of those programs back. So one of the things we're doing is we're looking at having a role downtown for someone who's specifically looking at our after-school programs. And not only the ones that are happening in our high schools, but growing them in the middle school and the K-8 spaces so that kids are not getting exposed for the first time to a program when they come to high school. Because it's great that you could get in high school, but in a lot of our surrounding districts or in the suburbs, their kids have been doing them so much longer, so they're just more experienced and more competitive. And then you're thinking about college scholarships, all those different things you can get when you're more competitive at that level. We want to make sure our kids are getting exposed.
I understand the unprepared feeling. When I got accepted to the Harvard pre-med program and I went to Boston, I felt like so unaccepted in the classroom because I was not prepared. Like I was in there with 7th graders.
Wow.
And I did not feel like I belonged, but I tried though.
Wow. Well, I'm happy you were in the room and in the space to have that experience, and we need to make sure how we get students like you more prepared.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Well, we had an amazing time today. Not only did I get a chance to learn a lot from our scholars, hopefully they got a chance to learn a little bit from me, but really excited to do more of these. This is another edition of the District Dish, and looking forward to more discussions out in the school community and out in the community at large. So have a good time, and we'll catch you next time.